This is the MLB pregame show, and I'm Matt Vasgersian. And as we draw nearer to the first pitch of Game 1 in the series, we'll give you the latest installment of our Topps Player Spotlight. Number 66 is in the glow. And not only was he an all-star during the midseason break, but he also shined the brightest out of all the great players in the game as he won the All-Star Game's MVP award.
You know, that's one of those honors, Matt, that's just really cool to get. Like you said, it means that you can dominate against the best of the best in the major leagues. Also, remember this, he's a big reason why his league's representative in the World Series will now have home field advantage this year.
All right, lineups and first pitch are coming up next. Stay tuned for that right here on the show. Doesn't get much better than this. Afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, the opener of this three-game set between the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. A moment here to take a look at the Cincinnati Reds starting lineup in this one. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Steve?
I think you really have to be patient in this one. Work the count, take some pitches, and then put the ball in play. I think you're going to have to try to manufacture runs one base hit at a time.
Daniel Norris, a southpaw from Tennessee, is the man on the mound. What do we need to know here, EK?
Yeah, Matty, in his last start, really rested that bullpen. He pitched into the ninth inning and got his ball club the win.
Number 66 will dig in now. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance shouldn't have come as any big surprise to anybody.
Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. Oh, and this fastball is belted to deep left center field. Does he have enough to get out of here? Yes, a home run. So a solo shot here to left center field. Striding into the box, Gabriel Gonzalez. He drew a walk his first time up. Waka comes set. 2-1 on its way. Hit hard to short. Reined in. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. We've played 2 full. Cubs lead it 5-1. It's a great day for baseball here in Chicago as we welcome you back to Baseball on the Show from Wrigley Field. Number 66 steps in, batting from the right side with the left-hander on the mound. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Out in front of it, strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Belted high in the air out to left. Starkey ranging back. Gone! A solo shot here to left. His second of the game, and it's now a 5-2 game.
Well, it seems to me like we've seen this before. His second home run of the ball game, and it would seem to me that he hit that one harder than he did the last one. So he's...
Kelly Epps digs in. He reached on a walk his last time up and later came around to score. Hit on the ground to short. He's got it. Throw to first will get him. Already 2 away here in the home fourth.
Now batting, left fielder.
Number 66 will stand in looking for home run number 3 as we take you back to inning number 4. And this was his second home run of the game as he's been dialed in so far in this one. Into the seats, 0-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error on the ledger for Cincinnati so far. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. This is hit high and deep out to left. Starkey racing back. Gone! A solo shot here to left. His 3rd home run of the ball game, and with that, it's now a 6-3 ball game.
Well, we wondered what he'd have to do for an encore. Here it is, his 3rd home run of the ball game. He's having an afternoon to remember so far.
Arismendi Alcantara gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Ground ball sent back up the middle. He'll go to the bag for 1. On to first, and they turn the double play.
The batter, second baseman, Ben John.
Number 66 will stride in again as he looks to join a very elite list. We take you back to earlier. This was home run number 3 in the ball game as he'll try and join just a select few with 4 home runs in a single game. From the stretch. Swung on and lifted in the air to left. Starkey is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. So it's into the box now. Ben John. He's 1 for 4 for the game. 1-1. Here it comes. Drilled on the ground to short. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Yep, there's your potential winning run.
And quite a lot of offense in this one, but if we had to highlight one guy that made the difference, there he is. He's our top player of the game.
Well, he winds up with 3/4 of the cycle. Couldn't quite squeeze in the triple, but that's all right. Definitely did enough to earn himself the hardware.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros. Both teams getting their final warm-ups in as we welcome you back to the MLB pregame show. First pitch of Game 2 in our series is right around the corner. But before we turn that corner, here is our Topps player spotlight. Number 66 is Armando Watch. And not only was he an all-star. Now from the windy city of Chicago, there's a beautiful look at fabled Wrigley Field. Today, it's the second of the... Number 66 will stride in. He did his part yesterday afternoon as he came through with 3 hits in the losing effort.
And he's been hitting the ball out of the yard, too. A whole bunch of home runs in his last 10 games. And yesterday was a good one, too.
In there, a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners following the 1-out single. And you see on the graphic right there that his hitting streak will indeed live on as he just continues to hit the ball well.
Can you imagine waking up every morning, coming to the ballpark, knowing that you're going to get a base hit like he's feeling it right now?
Pitch is high, the throw, and it's far too late as he steals second with ease.
They turn him loose here on the first pitch after reaching base, and he had a pretty good jump that time. You know, sometimes pitchers are so focused on not allowing that runner on third to score that they forget about that guy on first, and he's able to take second here with ease.
Swung on and missed. 1-1. EK, one-year-old ball clubs. The Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they've been playing some pretty good baseball of late as they've won 6 of their last 8 games.
Always important to play good baseball in front of the home crowd. They were fortunate to get this series off on the right foot in Game 1. They'll hope to continue their winning ways here in Game number 2.
Henry Carrasco will stand in. He's got that average pushing up near 300 to start the new season. Robbie McGee will stand in, hoping to get things turned around here in April as he enters play with an average down in the 220s. Throw gets him 2 down. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the defense for the Cincinnati Reds. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, they have a man on the mound, high ERA. That usually means there's a lot of hard hit balls. So this defense, they're going to have to be ready with that leather out there.
Number 66 stands in.
Now batting, number 66.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Oh, high, deep. That is a moonshot, folks. A long home run. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field, and that is 27 for him on the year, and it's given Cincinnati a 2-0 lead.
This guy's got to be at the point where he's thinking, do we really need to play another team after this? I mean, this is now 4 home runs for him in the series. You talk about a guy that looks comfortable up there. He's just having his way with the entire pitching staff.
Settling in now, Addison Russell. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Nobody out, runner on first. Grounded up the first baseline. Oh, and forget the double play. It's under his glove. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Now after the big inning your ball club just put together, you can't let them respond with a big inning of their own. But
Kelly Epps in now, hopped out in his first trip. A runner on first with 2 away. Hit out towards second. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 3 innings complete. It's the Reds 3 and the Cubs 2. Number 66 will step in now. 2 for 2, including a home run thus far.
Yeah, having a pretty good one so far. We'll see if they pitch him any differently right here in this at-bat.
Oh, and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field, his second home run of the game, and just like that, it's now a 5-2 ball game.
Well, it seems to me like we've seen this before. His second home run of the ball game, and it would seem to me that he hit that one harder than he did the last one, so he's definitely locked in.
Number 66 will stand in looking for home run number 3 as we take it back to inning number 4. And this was his second home run of the game as he's been dialed in so far in this one. Swinging a ball hit in the air to right field and deep. Back is the right fielder, but he will look up and watch this one sail out of here. A two-run blast to straightaway right field. His third home run of the ball game, and it's now 7-4.
Well, we wondered what he'd have to do for an encore. Here it is. His third home run of the ball game. He's having an afternoon to remember so far.
Number 66 will stride in again as he looks to join a very elite list. We take you back to earlier. This was home run number 3 in the ball game as he'll try and join just a select few with 4 home runs in a single game. A swinging bunt to the mound. And they get the force at home. Whatever works as the side is retired. So they wind up with 2 in the inning, but it could have been a lot worse as they leave the bases loaded. Get out the microphone. Stretch time here at Wrigley. The Reds are on top, 9-5. Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game. Back here on the MLB pregame show, Matt Vasgersian getting you set for the finale of this 3-game set. That'll come your way in mere moments. But first, we'll take a look at the Topps player spotlight. Number 66 is in that spotlight. And not only was he an all-star during the midseason break, but he also shined the brightest out of all the great. We are set to bring you baseball from one of the crown jewels of the sport, venerable Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, the third and final game in this. Number 66 gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Oh, and this fastball is belted to deep left center field. Does he have enough to get out of here? Yes, a home run. So a solo shot here to left center field, and even 30 home runs on the year. As the Reds strike first, it's 1-0.
Sometimes these pitchers, they let their...
Number 66 steps into the box.
Number 66.
Oh, and he turns another one around here. And his fine ball game will continue. Give him another home run. So a solo shot here to left center field, his second of the game, and the Reds now take a 2-1 lead.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Ben John stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. A 2-1 score here as we play inning number 3. Hot shot on the ground to short. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now.
Well, you talk about being locked in at the plate right now. That is 10 straight games with a base hit now, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see how long he can keep this thing going.
Coming to the plate now, Christopher Starkey, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right.
Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
And here's just a case of a guy at the plate doing the little things to help his team win. And he gives his guys the lead here following the RBI groundout.
Number 66 will step in now. 2 for 2 with 2 home runs thus far.
Well, he's got that power stroke working, Matty, so why not get a little greedy and look for another one to drive?
Into the windup and the pitch. Hit hard up the middle. And that'll get on through into center field, so he's got himself a leadoff single. Henry Carrasco digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat. And now the Cubs bullpen will start working here as both a lefty and a righty are up. Runner goes for second. A pitch out. The throw. And they still don't get him as he's in safely at second with a stolen base.
Well, that's no surprise to anybody that he's running right here on the first pitch. And these guys defensively, well, they know it too. But that just shows you the kind of speed he has out there, because even with the pitch out, he's still able to steal that base.
And now the runner's trying for third. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. And he won't get the throw off, actually, as he can't find the handle, and it's a successful steal of third base.
Yeah, I think this was going to be a stolen base anyway. But you can see here in show motion, he looks like he's caught off guard behind the plate to begin with. And then he sort of fumbles the exchange from glove to hand. And at that point, just forget about it.
A big uppercut there as he popped this straight up. Epps is there for it. 1 out. A tag, and he's out at the plate. A double play.
Now batting.
This is taking a real chance down there. He's just trying to make something happen. It's not often that you're going to see someone try to score on a pop-up, but he thinks he's got an opportunity here. Unfortunately, that window closes up pretty quick, and a good throw doubles him up at the plate.
Number 66 will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his second home run of the game, as he was off to a fast start indeed. First delivery to him on the way. In the air to center field, and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. Two-run shot to straightaway center. His third home run of the ball game, and it's now 5-3.
Well, we wondered what he'd have to do for an encore. Here it is. His third home run of the ball game. He's having an afternoon to remember so far.
Doug Batson will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
On the ground to short. Could this be two? The second for one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. A couple of walks, but no damage. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Number 66 will stride in again as he looks to join a very elite list. We take you back to earlier. This was home run number 3 in the ball game as he'll try and join just a select few with 4 home runs in a single game. In the air, out to right. McGee is there. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Henry.
So a good offensive showing for these guys, but if we had to pick one player that stood out, that's our man right there. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, he was definitely a big part of this victory. You see there, 4 RBIs for him in the ball game. He came through when they needed him to, and he was instrumental in the win.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Reds win this one 6-3. So long from Wrigleyville.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon for the victorious Cincinnati Reds: 6 runs on 13 hits. No errors. They left 18 runners on base. For the Cubs, 3 runs on 9 hits. 1 error. They left 19 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 15 minutes.